शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। Vishnu Sahasranama, verse 52. Please read.
अतुलशरभो भीम समयज्ञो हविर्हरिः सर्वलक्षणलक्षण्यो लक्ष्मीवान् समितिञ्जयः। अतुलशरभो भीम समयज्ञो हविर्हरिः सर्वलक्षणलक्षण्यो लक्ष्मीवान् समितिञ्जयः।
We have to see now the name Sarva Lakshana Lakshanya. Now this Lakshana word is used in two senses. One, first it is as a pramana, jnana sadhana, as a means in terms of different types of methodologies used in Vedanta to ascertain what is the ultimate reality, what is the true nature of Bhagavan, what is the true nature of individual jiva, what is the true nature of Jagat. Different prakriyas, just as Drigdasha Viveka, Panchakosha Viveka, Avasthatraya Sakshi, Anvyatireka method. Like this, different types of what is called methods of teaching and learning or prakriyas are used. That doesn't mean that whatever you ascertain by these different types of prakriyas or modes of teaching differs. No. All prakriyas point out, indicate one and the same entity, the divine entity, the Bhagavad Tattva. Now here it is described as Vishnu. So therefore, here, Sarvaihi Lakshanaihi, by all types of pramanas, in terms of prakriya, the methods of teaching. Yasya lakshanam jnanam jayate. Second lakshana has to be taken as what? Jnana. The one whose knowledge is gained by different types of means of teaching or methods of teaching is what? One and the same. And what is that? The Bhagavad Sarupa, here it is Vishnu Sarupa. This is Vishnu Sarupa. So there was Sarva Lakshanai Lakshanam Jnanam Jayate. That is what is indicated by Sarva Lakshanam Lakshanya. Why? Because that only is Paramartha. Paramartha in the sense, the ultimate reality beyond which there is nothing more. See, if we investigate the world, And how do you know that the world is there? By our contact with the world. And this contact through sense organs or contact in terms of actions by organs of action give rise to varieties of experiences. Varieties of experiences. But if you closely scrutinize, every experience is true at its level. For example, we perceive the world. I am sitting on the chair and talking. You are sitting on the chair or somewhere you are sitting. That chair is real for us. How can you sit like that? So at the pratyaksha level, direct perception level, what is that? What you perceive is real. But as you proceed, that experience of chair, this, that, etc., what you call objective world, gets negated or becomes absent, and something more you get in terms of mental experiences. Physical may not be there. Mental is there. Mental can be independent of physical. Just to begin with this. It depends, but still it can be. So like this, the earlier experience go on getting negated, invalidated. The final one you come across, which can no longer can get negated further. The farthest limit of all these experiences, beginning from the perceptive world, mental projections, and our ignorance in the deep state, and all this get ended, and there is something one remains at only Chaitanya and Chaitanya only. So therefore, the ultimate reality is Chaitanya, in which all these varieties of experiences of object, beings, entities, even the presiding deities, and all that they come and go. But Chaitanya, the pure awareness principle, pure consciousness principle, is first and the last and in and through all experiences. Others come and go. This is a very basis, the very adhisthana on which all these are experienced. Is it not true that whatever may be our knowledge or experience, we do undergo that through antakarana vritti, through the thoughts corresponding to what you know, what you experience. But without antakarana, you can't know anything. You said somebody calls you and you are thinking of something. Oh, I didn't listen. Why? You are not deaf. Your mind was preoccupied. You could not hear. Or somebody is standing there, looking at you and smiling, and you are engrossed in some thought. I didn't look. What you're doing, I'm just so close to you. My mind was elsewhere, and therefore I didn't see you. Means mind is necessary. So therefore, all this happens what? It becomes, they are dependent on something, on the Chaitanya. The senses, sense organs of action, prana, mana, buddhi, or ignorance. You are aware of, you are conscious of. But it's consciousness which we term as I, I, is self-evident. Swaprakasha. Swayam Jyoti. Self-resplendent. in the sense it doesn't need any other principle to make you know it, to make you experience it. Whereas all entities from ignorance, or so-called total level Prakriti or Maya onward, any insignificant in the creation needs this knowledge principle, needs this self-experience principle, Anubhava Sarupa, Chaitanya. So you may adopt different prakriyas, methods of learning or teaching. If you are on the right track and you equip yourself with the proper preparedness of the mind, you have to land in Chaitanya and Chaitanya only at the last entity beyond which there is nothing else. So that is the case. Sarva Lakshana Lakshanya. Vishnu is Bhagavad Swarupa. Further, Lakshmivan. Lakshmivan means literally consort of Lakshmi. They say Lakshmi is on the chest of who? Vishnu. Means all wealth, all riches belong to Bhagavan only. They have no independent existence. Now here, Puranically it is presented as Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, the wives, etc. But it's a deity wise true, presiding deity wise true. But from the ultimate standpoint, it is a figurative expression. Ardhanari Nadeshwara, half Shiva, half Parvati. Now Vishnu and Lakshmi, Radha Krishna. The feminine aspect represent the Shakti, the Maya. Just we have this Navaratra is over. The Durga manifests in different ways. You should see that in that Durga Saptashati, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Buddhirupena Samjata Namastasya Namastatmai Namo Namah. Ya Devi Sarvapeshu Matarupena Samjata. That is lots of every manifestation there only. And in one place you will find that in Durga Saptashati, Durga says, I only is there, everyone. There is nothing else other than me. Means that Shakti aspect, the creative power aspect, which manifests the Jagat in the presence of Purusha Chaitanya. That is important. So that is how it is expressed Puranically. Shiva Shakti. It appears as two. That is what who Sankhya concluded. That's the discovery. They explained that. Purusha Prakriti. But Vedanta went a step ahead, wherein Prakriti aspect got relegated back. And what remains finally is Purusha, Chaitanya, and Chaitanya alone. The method. How is that? You stop the projection of the mind and buddhi with the total withdrawal of the senses from the preoccupation of the world. That state of antakarana, wherein antakarana for practical purpose is not functioning except the residual connection is there. Because it is necessary for gaining knowledge. Otherwise, that individual will be off from the physical body. So that is called what? Yoga. Yada panchavatishtante jnanani manasa sah buddhishana vicheshati tam ahu paramam gati. The state of the antakarana mind wherein all senses, jnanendriya, karmendriya, with their function, all mind, intellect, with their function, are withdrawn. That state is called yoga because in that state, Chaitanya Rupa, Atma, Brahma, you call Bhagavan, Paramatma, Parmeshwar in reality, can get exhibited, get displayed. Shruti consider, my dear, this is your Swarupa, ultimate Chaitanya. So therefore, so Purusha Prakriti. If you say Parvati, Durga, Radha, Lakshmi, it represents the Shakti aspect. That is the Prakriti aspect. So the one Purusha who has got this, with otherwise there is no creation at all. Lakshmi one. Literally, prosperity, etc., riches, etc., that also depends on Bhagavan. That's why they say, Shastra says, don't run after Lakshmi. You will get cheated because she is very fickle. All that to do is what? Catch hold of Vishnu. When you catch hold of Vishnu, automatically Lakshmi will come there. She cannot exist separate from Vishnu. It is a wise way and not run after Lakshmi. It is a foolish way that Ravana did it. Sita is who? Lakshmi. He got discarded Rama and finally not only got ruined the entire clan. Wrong way. So therefore, Lakshmi won. The consort of Lakshmi, the one who entire materialistic prosperity belongs. Samitinjaya. Samiti means yuddha, war, battle. One who always conquers the battle. Sarva Shaktiman, who can conquer Bhagavan? So therefore, Samitinjaya, always the conqueror in the battle. Continue. Next one.
भिक्षरोरोहितो मार्गो हेतुर्दामोदरः सहः महीधरो महाभागो वेगवानमिताशनः भिक्षरोरोहितो मार्गो हेतुर्दामोदरः सहः महीधरो महाभागो वेगवानमिताशनः
Vikshara. Kshara means Nasha. Vigata, the one in whom what is called destruction is not there at all. So the one who has no destruction is called Vikshara. Entire cosmos can get destroyed in the pralaya, including Prakriti. But Purusha, Chaitanya, all the time remains. There are different types of dissolutions, pralaya, Nitya pralaya, our sleep, Naimitika pralaya, when Brahma, one of these, he goes to sleep. Then Prakrita pralaya, when the term of a given Brahma, 100 years are over, then the entire Brahmanda gets dissolved. I've told you many times this. In Naimitika pralaya, Bhu, Bhuva, Suvaha, these get destroyed. Janaha, Tapa, Satyamitra, Vaikuntha, etc., they continue. In Prakriti Pralaya, when Brahmaji's term is over, all up to Satyam, Brahmaloka get destroyed. But the Prakriti, the Maya Shakti, the creative power remains, and next Srishti starts. But in Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, which is called what is that? Atyantika Pralaya, total dissolution. Prakriti also drops. What remains is Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone. Before creation, Chaitanya, Atma eva idamagrasi, Swadeva Swami idamagrasi. During the creation, names and form Jagat is there, Chaitanya is there. After dissolution, name and form all Jagat gets vanished. Chaitanya continues. It's the ultimate reality, the absolute reality, the reality which doesn't depend on anything else. Everything else depends on that. So therefore, here is one is Viksharaha, who knows not what is destruction. Rohitaha, to the one by one's own will, Swachanda, one's own will, takes to oneself what is called a form. Murti means a form, which is Rohita. Rohita means red-hued form, color, red hue. Or it can mean fish also. So the one who takes the form of Matsya, Matsyavatara, you know. So one will take the form of a fish. So he is Vishnu. Margaha. We say path, road, etc. Margayanti means search. The mumukshu who search the Paramatma, by which in terms of Shastra, etc. There is Marga. So means that moksha one can gain by which Paramanda Sarupa Bhagavan. That is what Marga. Here Marga stands for Bhagavad Sarupa, whose direct knowledge can give moksha to those who are mukshus, who inquire into, who try to find out what the Paramana Sarupa Bhagavan, Atma Sarupa, Brahma Sarupa is. Marga, the very path itself. Path in the sense by which moksha is gained is only possible by Brahma Jnana, Bhagavad Jnana, Atma Jnana. Hetu. Hetu means Karana, cause. It can be Nimitta Karana, efficient cause of Jagat, or Upadana Karana, material cause of Jagat. For any creation, we know there should be an intelligent being, means an animate entity, plus material must be there. Without these two, nothing can be created. So, if the Jagat is created, there must be an efficient being, an intelligent being, a sentient entity, and a material also. It is Bhagavan who is both. Technically, it is called an Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana. Undifferentiated, efficient, and material cause. In the world, to create anything, The efficient cause, intelligent being is animate entity, is different from the material used. A part maker. The living person makes use of mud to create the parts. A goldsmith, a living person, makes use of gold to create ornaments. But here, as far as the Srishti is concerned, only one entity, Paramatma Sarupa, Chaitanya, Bhagavad Sarupa, Chaitanya, where you call Atma or Brahma, that only is there. And that knowledge principle itself is Nimitta Karana, itself is Upadana Karana, means there is no other entity by which this is made. It shows that Jagat is just an passing appearance of one and the same Paramatma Tattva. Just ocean is a huge undisturbed column of water. But the surface, waves, etc. come. Waves, foam, etc. are what? Passing appearances. The first and the last, the sum and substance of these waves, etc. is what? Oceanic water. There are no existence apart from oceanic water. So also, entire cosmos, without the exception of anything and everything, is manifestation of this Brahma Swarupa, Bhagavad Swarupa, we described here as Bhagavan Vishnu. We may ask, there are many bad things. Are they Brahma Swarupa? Yes. In fact, from that standpoint, there is no good or bad. Why Shastra says, do this, don't do that. This is prohibited, this is recommended. Why? That is to lead you from your present state of ignorance and prepare your mind in such a way you can discover the truth of yourself. Presently, your mind is totally preoccupied with the Vishaya, sense pleasures. As a result, you are the victim of this so-called samsara, which a common man may not or doesn't know it. Nobody can justify that. Better is know it and get out of it. So therefore, to such people who are engrossed in the world, start like step by step. Avoid this. If you take no, you will run in trouble. You will be sorrowful. Do this. You will be rewarded. What is called as dharma came. Good, bad came. Vihita, nishiddha came. Recommended, and that is what to be discarded. Finally, give up these and discover one and the same entity in and through all, and afterward, from that vision, you look back, you find that there is neither good nor bad. All that is there is me, Chaitanya, and Chaitanya only. How is it? You discover and you answer your question. Shastras can tell you what can be communicated by words. It can't go beyond that because even the words cannot describe it. They only attempt. If you say, show me, this is Atma, this is Brahman, this is Bhagavad Tattva. The rishis and the gurus of the past have raised their hands up. Na vidmo, na vidmo, na vijanimo, yathaitad anushishya. You know, my dear, we don't know how to make you know as this. But it is Shushruva. what we have heard from our master and what we have taken to and discovered, that is what I am sharing. If you insist, show me this Atma, this Bhagavan, we openly tell you we can't. No, this modern no, scientists, etc. If there is God, show me. They are not thought properly. When you are asking to show God, you have already defined God in terms of some entity having some form, some sound as its feature, taste, touch, smell as feature. This divinity principle, the so-called God principle, is Ashabda Masparsha Marupam Avyayam Arasam Agandham. All the five attributes, sound, touch, form, taste, smell, do not belong to them. Means your indriyas, jnanendriyas are out. They can't perceive. And language can operate only in the perceptible world. So the words language cannot describe, cannot define what is Bhagavat Tattva, Atma Tattva, Brahma Tattva. At the same time, we have no other goal than communicating through the words. So therefore, the great master of the path, Jivan Mukta, they have devised certain methods by which they try to what display your Swarupa point, your mind is ready. But they openly say, we can't find out like this. So that was the case. So here, that is uh, the one who is both Upadana Karana and Nimitta Karana. So why it has happened so, etc. You discover and you find out the answer. Truly speaking, if you really succeed, you will not be there to ask the question. Leave alone the reply. All that is there was Chaitanya and Chaitanya, self-evident principle. The so-called individual Jiva, the so-called Jagat world, the so-called Creator Ishvara, have no locus standi in our true nature, which is Chaitanya and Chaitanya only, on the basis of which, adhisthana of which, all this come and go. Shastra gives that do, don't, etc. So that to make you evolve, not that the reality. You need to be uplifted from where the stage you are. So this Shastra gives Papa, Punya, Dharma, Dharma, good, bad, etc. for your progress. In reality, everything is what? Bhagavad Sarup and Bhagavad Sarup, Chaitanya and Chaitanya, alone Atma, Brahma. So Vedanta needs to be unfolded properly because any method you take from Vedanta which helps to unfold what a Swarupa is and which successfully can operate in making you know what you are. But if you scrutinize that method, it has got inherent defects. Not because rishis, etc., are incapable. It's because the Bhagavad Tattva, Atma Tattva, Brahma Tattva is beyond the range of the words and the mind, including the senses. So they have to manipulate, as it were. indicate what is it. With the help of those indications, you have to arrive in your Swarupa. So therefore, these questions we may ask as if we are some great scientists and etc. cannot be answered because the very nature is ultimate reality is so. Fine. This is what Hetuhu. Damodaraha. Damodara. There are different meanings are there. One, the one whose knowledge can be gained by Dhamma, etc. Dhamma can be mastery over the Indriya senses, or at places, the mastery over the mind. Dhamma Shama. There is Dhamma as the Indriya Nigraha, control over the senses. And Mano Nigraha, control the mind is Shama. But at place like Brahdaneka, other way it is given. Dhamma is the mastery over the mind, Shama is the mastery over the senses. Both are necessary. The one who can be gained by these disciplines means by these disciplines, what happens is our mind gets prepared and we are able to discover Swarupa in reality what it is. So that means the knowledge of who can be gained by Dhamma, etc., Damodara. Or in the Mahabharata it is said, Dhamma Damodaraha Vibhu. The one who can be gained by Dhamma, etc., Vibhu, all pervasive. Other one is, you know this. Yashoda tied Krishna, the punishment, to a mortar with the help of rope. Dama means also a rope. Udare dama yasya saha. One who on his stomach has got rope tied. Damodara. You know that story? Krishna, Bal Krishna, because of punishment, he did some mischief. Always working mischief only. And the mother, no, right is there. She knew who Krishna is because, and yet that Vatsalya, my child, was overpouring there. So it's a lesson. What happened? He tied, and he is a Bala child, and the water is very heavy. And there was a problem was there. She was tying that every attempt, the rope was falling short. So she was tying one more piece at again short. All Krishna's Leela only. Many times, but it was always short, short, short. Finally, Krishna took pity and allowed her to tie. And she went her to deliver it. As a child, no, he started moving, dragging them. There were two Ashoka trees. And he tried to go through that. Some gap was there. He crossed, but the mortar can't come. And he pulled it. Both trees fell down. And it showed a big sound. All gopis and Yashoda came running. All gopis are scolding Yashoda. What nonsense they have done? The child, everything, and see, had the tree fallen on him, what would have happened? Of course, there are some Gandharva or someone, by curse they had become, and they got released from that tree yoni. That Damodara. Udare, stomach, Dama, rope, one has got Damodara. Damodara. So that is there. And also, Dama means lokas. Chaturdasha Bhuvanani, fields of experiences. So therefore, the one who in his womb, stomach as it were, has got all lokas. That means Paramatma, Ishvara, Bhagavan is called Damodara. Saha. Saha, one who endures all, or one who overpowers all, or one who forgives all. Sah, that is enduring everyone, conquering everyone, or forgiving everyone, depending on the context. Bhagavan is described as God. Saha, the all enduring one, all overpowering one, and one who forgives all. Mahidhara. So, Dhara, Dharayati, one who sustains Mahi, earth in the form of mountains, etc. In the Vishnu Purana, it is said, Vanani Vishnu Giraya Dishasya. Vishnu is what? Vanani, forest. Giraya, mountains. Dishasya, quarters. Everything is what? Vishnu only, Bhagavad Swarupa only. Now here, that is now next one is Mahabhagaha. Mahabhaga can also mean the fortunate one, most fortunate one. In Avatara, one who is Bhaga, fortune something great. I don't know how it is so, but it is said that way. Because Avatara, of course, from Bhagavan's standpoint, is nothing. It's a play, whatever may be the role. But from our standpoint, it need not be so all fussy-cossy. Take Rama Avatara. You know, what happened? That day, he was coronated, he has to go for exile for 14 years. Krishna Avatar, from a childhood, he has to fight for survival. Afterwards, of course, many responsibilities were there. So, but for Avatar, Paramatma, is another Leela, a sport. He has nothing to gain, nothing to lose, but as Ishvara, to establish Dharma, destroy Adharma, he does take from the standpoint of the good of all living beings, not for himself. As Krishna said, Name Parthase Kartavyam Trishulokashkinchana. I have no duty whatsoever in the three worlds because there is nothing that I have not accomplished. There is nothing that I need to accomplish. I am full and complete. Pramanda Swarupa. Why should I work? Yet, for Loka Sangraha, for the good of all beings, humanity, not just humanity, for all beings, I take such form from time to time. This was a great fortunate thing, etc. Or it is said, I don't know how exactly this is, one who takes different form to enjoy the best food. Maybe in the sense, the one who enjoys best food is only Bhagavad Swarup only, because to enjoy best food, you should have that much of good karma, punya. All cannot get such thing. That also is because of glory, vibhuti of Bhagavan, maybe in that sense, to Mahabhaga. They are fortunate one. Why fortunate? There is no possibility of misfortune. Paramananda Swarupa, ever existent, independent of everything. What misfortune can be there? Fortunate Mahabhaga. Vegavan, the most swift, because sarvyapi, all pervasive, You think whatever the place, he is there already. Before your thought could reach, he is present there. Who is more swift? You are Bhagavan, the swift. That in the Ishavasya, Anejadekam Manaso Javiyaha. One who without moving is faster than even the mind. Mind is fast. See, just one split second, Brahmaloka. Mind can think of it. See, how far Brahmaloka is just afterward. Before your mind to reach Brahmaloka, he is already present there. Who is faster? From that standpoint, he is the most swift because everywhere he is. There is no place where he is not. And yet this man, what does he do? Thinks that Bhagavan doesn't know. Huh? Like that, what is that? Cat psychology. They say cat licks the milk, closing the eyes so that nobody sees. It thinks that way. So before you could think, he knows what it is. Why? That thought needs to be eliminated by what? Chaitanya Swarupa Bhagavan only. So therefore, there is nothing also but privacy for you. Vivagavan, the one swift. Abhidashana. So Ashvana means food. What is eaten? Amita means no meter, no measure. One is food is unlimited in the sense, in the pralaya, entire cosmos is devoured. There is nothing left out. So therefore is Amitashana, one whose appetite is unmeasured. There's no end to it. It devours everything else. Entire Srishti is devoured. What remains is Bhagavad Swarupa. Continue.
उद्भवक्षोभणो देव श्रीगर्भः परमेश्वरः करणं कारणं कर्ता विकर्ता गहनो गुहः उद्भवक्षोभणो देव श्रीगर्भः परमेश्वरः करणं कारणं कर्ता विकर्ता गहनो गुहः
Udbhava, origin, the source of entire cosmos. Because this Bhagavan, Chit Swarupa, is the Upadana Karana of Jagat, the material cause of the Jagat. And therefore, entire Jagat is born of it, Udbhava. Or it can be also the one who is Samsara Udgataha, one who is above the realm of samsara, the one to whom samsara can never touch, can never bind, is above it, in whom it appears coming and going, is aloof, just as in the sky, means space, clouds may come and go, the space is what? Unaffected, independent. It accommodates, at the same time what? Free from them. So also, Bhagavan is the one who accommodates entire cosmos in itself, and yet, above all, unaffected by that totally. To the one who has risen above the worldly existence of sorrows. You may say, worldly existence, joy also is there. Joy is as good as sorrow. It is not true joy. For that joy, you are paying heavily in terms of sorrow. You may wonder, how is it possible? Are we fools to pay sorrow to get joy? Yes, you don't know that you are full. How? Tell me. To enjoy any sense pleasure, it can be eating, tasting, touching, whatever it may be. What is possible in the world? What do you need first? Don't you need the physical body first? Yes. Not sufficient. There was a mind must be there. Without the physical body, equipped with all sense organs of action properly, a sound mind, can you enjoy anything? Means, see, think properly. For gaining any pleasure, joy that we run after, I want this, I want da. We must first have physical body, the sound mind. First, capital investment. Have you thought of it? With this investment, you have ordered the dividend of sorrow. How? Body means it is subject to bodily affliction. Hunger, thirst, what? This diseases, etc. Wound, mind, other source of sorrow. Honor, dishonor, pain, this, that. All for what? To derive sense pleasure. Body, bhogayatana, abode of all experiences, good or bad. Mind, bhoga sadhana, the means of gaining joy and sorrow. Both are infested with what? Sorrow. How do you say? Go to sleep. No body, no mind, no sorrow. Therefore, whom does sorrow belong? Body and mind. You ordered it. Why? Sense pleasure. All the Shastra says, my dear, have some sense of commerce. See the investment and the returns. Even that you can justify. Well, what to do? This is a way how we can get some happiness. So what can we do? That we have to pay the price of sorrow. It could have been justified, provided this joy is in the objects, beings, and event of the world. Not so. Your Swarupa. You deny your Swarupa true nature. You are unmindful of your true nature. You are ignorant of your true nature. By mistake, you superimpose that on the world object and get the blows of samsara. Think of it. Don't accept or believe your Shastra says or Guru says. Think. Ours is not that way. You should believe, etc. Shastra gives the guidance. But you have to inquire. And you have to discover for yourself. Then know that it can be yours. You can't observe the Shastra and Guru, etc. Oh, Guru says that we have to accept. You will accept so long as it's convenient. After that, drop it. No. It should be your first and discovery. That's why Viveka first, then Vairagya. Not that can be thrusted from the outside. If thrusted, you observe it so that it's convenient. Afterward, you throw it out. So that being the case, this is how it is. So the one who is Udbhava, the one who is above the realm of samsara. And this samsara, we have ordered because of wrong notion that happiness lies there in the world. I want to have that. I want to get rid of this. You have to have body, mind, or karma, phala, janma, marana, series, hunger, thirst, mana, apamana, all these ordered for getting some tinsels of joy here in the world. So, but Bhagavan is what? Udbhavaha, the one who is above the realm of this so-called samsara. Shobhanaha. Literally, Shobhana means one who creates agitation. Shobha, Vikshepa. It is to be taken in the sense of projection. One who projects the world. That is Purusha, Chaitanya Swarupa Paramatma. Prakriti, creative or Maya, both combined project the world. At the beginning of the Srishti. So therefore, the one who projects the world is a Shobhana. What is that Shobhana? Don't ask why he does. I've already told you. You discover Swarupa and then you answer reverse. All that Shastra can say, Rishi can say, you can only say Leela. A sport, because there is nothing other than that. Even you are complaining is nothing but that principle only. So, answer to such question cannot be given until you discover yourself, not just picking up information. Picking information to set your goal. Oh, this is just what you have to discover. But the truth has to be verified by you by preparing yourself on the guidance of Shastra and then review back. Have you know, bring your all questions. The question will not be there at all. So, Rishis, Shastra, Upanishads, all these Adhyatma Shastra can help us to a certain extent, up to a certain limit, and point out the marg. Proceed this way. Finally, we have to discover it. That's why in the Vivek Chudamani, Shankaracharya says, how far, how long we have to study Shastra. A very nice verse it is. Avidnyate pare tattve shastradhiti nishpala Vijñate pipare tatve shastradi. It puts in a very contradictory manner. If you have no Vijnana, we'll come to Vijnana. What is Vijnana? Vijñate. Vijnana is not gained. Your Shastra study has not yielded a result. Vijñate pipare tatve. We have got Vijnana of Shastra, this your Sarupa, that Shastra has nothing more to add at all. It's useless. The purpose of Shastra is get the Vijnana of our Sarupa. Nowadays, in our all Indian languages, Vijnana word is used for material science. What do you call science? That is a very limited meaning derived nowadays. Otherwise, Vijnana means, as Bhagavan Krishna has used in many places in Bhagavad Gita, Jnana Vijnana. There is a Jnana means the teaching, the information, the Shastra. Vijnana means the first hand verification of that truth by Anubhava, your experience. Read Bhashya of Bhagavad Gita at 3-4 places. Jnana Vijnana, where this word has come. Shankaracharya very clearly said that Vijnana, otherwise called Sakshatkar. I have told this many times. Sa Atma, Sa Vidya, Mandukya, 7th mantra. Vidneya means Vijnana to be gained. Bhashyakara has not commented on that. It simply goes further. We get the meaning of that in Kenopisha. Bhuteshu Bhuteshu Vichitya Dhira. Vichitya. Bhashyakara gives a Vidnyaya. Further he gives Sakshat Krutya. So Vijnana means Sakshatkara. What is Sakshatkara? Just be yourself. Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone without the subject-object relationship of Tripodi. I know this, I experience. No. Again, Nirvishaya. No attributes of any Vishaya. Just Chinmatra Spuranam. Chaitanya, self-evident. Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone, Paramananda Swarupa. Just be that Sakshatkar. Again, nowadays, Sakshatkar is used for interview. Interview Sakshatkar means one-to-one. Here, one-to-one. What is that? Chaitanya, one-to-one with Chaitanya, there's nothing but Chaitanya. So, Shastra is meant for this first-hand discovery of our Swarupa. So, therefore, today, the one who is this Shobhana, project the Jagat. But finally, what? He is the one with the basis. Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone is that. We'll continue. Om.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः